and ready to start making some Joumou with us, and happy Haitian Mother's Day. And let's get started.
Yes,
As you can see, I'm behind. I haven't peeled my potatoes, and I'm just about to cut my celery now, but all of my mise en place is ready.
All right, let's take a look at the mise en place.
Okay.
So while you're chopping, let me come around. I always love to see my mom chop. She's like a chopping expert. Okay, so what do we have here, Mom?
All right, so let's start over on this side.
Okay.
So here we have some cabbage that I have washed and cut. And here I have some malanga. And I have some carrots at the bottom. I don't know if you can see, but that's gonna go in last. And I have here some turnips and tomato paste. And here I have paprika and clove, ground clove. And here I have some herb de Provence, turmeric, and I think that's black pepper. And then I have some diced onion, a lemon, some chicken seasoning, soup seasonings, and some garlic. And this is some rigatoni. This is our noodle. And that's my big stock, vegetable stock that I prepared yesterday. And I gotta peel some potatoes. And on this side here is the joumou that I boiled and pureed. And I have my meat already boiled and ready to go over here. And this here, I'm gonna use this pot today because I have a soup pot, but it's long. You guys wouldn't be able to see well into it. But I'm going to use this rondo instead so we could see what's going on in here. All right, so I'm just gonna peel these potatoes and give me 1 second.
If you guys have any questions, feel free to unmute and ask some questions as we go. So that we could, especially if you're cooking with us, because I know sometimes we could go kind of quickly, but if you have a question, definitely let us know.
Exactly. So I'm gonna cut these potatoes. Potatoes running away from me. Actually, I think they're running away from the knife. So I'm just gonna peel this real quick. Can you all hear the music? We have some Haitian music for you guys.
Yeah, the ones that's not cooking is probably dancing.
Can they hear it?
I don't want to turn it too loud.
Oh, so they can hear us.
Yeah.
So
Okay, I see Marilyn Kennedy has her question,
okay.
has her hand up. Do you have a question, Marilyn? Oh, maybe not. Okay. So now we're just peeling some potatoes. We had a very busy weekend.
Oh my God, I just finished with my last pate order. Oh my Lord.
For those who've been following us, you know, this weekend, for Haitian Mother's Day weekend, we sold Haitian patties, pate. And we got a ton of orders, and we've been doing that all weekend. So we're a little bit behind on prep for today's cooking class, but
Yeah,
we'll get there.
we're almost there. I don't think we need 4 potatoes. These 3 should be enough.
Yeah, those are pretty big potatoes.
Right. So I'm gonna come to the corner to throw this away.
So how many people here have made soup Joumou before?
Right.
Is there anyone online now that's made it before? Or is this going to be your first time making it?
I'm sure most Haitians have made the soup Joumou before.
Can you tell me if your beef is cooked?
Yes.
So I
Oh,
have it
yes.
ready to, you boiled it, did you say?
Yes, you boil it for about 40, depends on what kind of beef you're using. So you can boil it for about 30
Okay, because
minutes.
I'm all chopped up. I have my meat ready to go. So
Oh,
can I saute it or what?
no, we're gonna start with the sauteing the onions.
So are you saying that you didn't boil your beef yet?
I didn't know I had to. I'm sorry, I
that's
missed
okay.
that. I missed that. So can I just throw it into my water right now then?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. I'm ready to go except for the beef. So I have everything except for.
Okay, so that's one of the last things we're gonna add. So you
Okay.
have time.
Okay, I'll get it going.
All righty. All right, so I'm gonna turn this
I didn't
on.
see that.
Because order in it, sorry.
So how high did you turn on the burner?
I put it on high because this is a heavy bottom pan, and
Okay.
it takes a long time to get hot.
Okay.
So I turn it on high.
Okay.
And the first thing, we're gonna use these first. And this is my beef over here.
That's the beef that we're gonna use to put into it.
Right, and it's just beef stew. You know what I don't know? Oh, I forgot to tell them about my dice. And this is what would normally go in a bouquet garni. I can't find my bouquet
The cheesecloth?
my cheesecloth. So yeah, this is just some.
So that's your just a little bit of pepper.
Yeah, we're gonna add some peppers in there. I have some yellow already diced, so we're gonna add some of the orange.
Okay, so I need that it goes in at the end.
I'm gonna add this to that. This is how we're gonna begin our flavoring. We're gonna use this onion and then the garlic. Then we're just gonna dice these.
Do you want to come and do this? Do you want to come and help? No? The shoot's popping.
And the reason why I told you guys to cook your meat ahead of time, the last time we did a live video, it took 2 hours. This is just to shorten the video a little bit, you know? So,
It was a fun 2 hours though.
it was good.
And the legume, everyone said that their legume came out really good. So hopefully our soup comes out very good for everyone as well.
Yeah.
All right. So very good. So now we're waiting on our pot to get
heat up.
heat up.
I have it on 2 burners because it's so big. You use your whatever I gave you as the instructions, the amount and everything. You use that, but I'm making extra for family and friends. So my quantity is a little bit more.
Right.
I kind of double the recipe.
Yeah, whenever we make soup Joumou, we always make a lot. It's hard. That's one of the, soup Joumou is one of those recipes where it's difficult to make a small amount.
Right, exactly. I don't know how to make small amount of soup. I mean, I can if I have to, but I grew up in a large household. So when my mom made soup, it used to be like for an army. And she has to send some for neighbors and stuff. That's how we lived in Haiti. I'm sure you all know that.
So is there a special way you cut these potatoes?
These potatoes, I cut them to fit in your spoon.
Okay.
So that, you know, when you make soup, everything, as you can see, everything is cut into bite sizes so that it fits in your spoon
And I noticed, like,
you eat it.
and I also noticed that, like, all the potatoes, the malanga, and all your other stuff that you're gonna put on there, they're all cut the same size.
Right, and that's I mean, that's not necessary, but I've worked in kitchen that require that everything is cut the same size.
So. I guess that's because everything can cook kind of like at the same rate.
Same time. Listen to you. Yeah, go
I know. I feel like I'm, you know, like have the first row at the chef masterclass.
All right, here you go. You can use whatever oil you want, but you know how I like to use my olive oil. That's like maybe a little more than a couple of tablespoons. Now remember, I'm gonna lower the heat now so my onions don't cook too fast. So whenever I cook onions, I always sprinkle a little bit of salt and pepper just to bring out their flavor. Oh, just gonna take a little salt. A bit of black pepper. And then these are gonna be cooked until translucent. And on here, I'm going to add the herb de Provence, the turmeric, and the that's like oh no, oregano. I'm sorry, no, that's some oregano. So, like I said, you guys can use whatever spice you like. You don't necessarily have to use the spices that I put on there. So I'm just using what I like. The reason I put this in here is because when you cook your herb de Provence and turmeric, that's when you release their flavors. So right now we're creating flavors.
So instead of putting it like when you already have the stock and everything in there, you like to fry up the I guess what's it called? The seasoning?
The seasoning, yeah, especially herb de Provence, which has, I'm adding a little bit more oil. The herb de Provence has thyme, rosemary, sage, lavender. So now, I just wish you were in here so you could smell all of this.
Yeah, it smells amazing.
So now I'm gonna add my peppers. We're developing flavors. Is everybody following?
And also this video will be posted on the Bon Manger YouTube channel. So I'll make sure to share that channel with everyone so that you could go back. If you're not cooking now, you could go back and follow all the instructions.
I have a sous chef in the kitchen, my husband.
All right.
Isn't that what husbands are for?
Yes, absolutely. Or filming you cook.
He said he's quitting.
Thank you. At this point, I'm gonna add some tomato paste.
Yeah, I don't have that.
About 2 heaping tablespoons. This is a teaspoon, but I'm adding a little more. And now cook your tomato paste until you can actually smell the sweetness of it. Are you on?
Yep.
Yeah. You could smell it. You can smell the sweetness of the potato. I mean, of the tomatoes. And it's gonna start to stick at the bottom for a little bit, but that's okay. All that is gonna come up when you add your stock. And at this point, I'm gonna add some garlic, some minced garlic.
Yeah, that's starting to smell good. Yeah, I notice like whenever I fry up my tomato paste, sometimes it gets stuck on the bottom. It starts getting black.
That's what you want, because that's how you get the flavor out of the tomato.
Yeah, that looks good already.
So we're developing a flavor for the soup, and I think it's ready for some stock. And I still have to do a video on stock, but this is what I made. I have 2 of those last night. And it's really easy to make. So I think we're ready.
So if you don't have stock, you either use store-bought stock or water?
Yeah, you can use water. But the reason I always make stock when I cook is because this stock is already flavored with celery, carrots, and onions. So at this point, we're gonna need this to come to a boil. So I put the heat on high. Okay. And,
I'm sorry. How much stock did you say you just put in there?
this is just 2 quarts.
Oh, 2
but
quarts.
Since
Okay.
my recipe is double.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna go and add 2 more quarts of stock. And then at this point, you can put your bouquet garni, which is thyme, parsley, bay leaf, and then I have 2 Scotch bonnet pepper. I like to take this top off. And then 2 bay leaves. I usually tie it up in my cheesecloth, but it's nowhere to be found. Also, I usually, people might think that I do things differently, but we still have the same authentic Haitian flavor, because a lot of people will boil their meat and put the Joumou in there, but the reason I did it this way is to speed things up a little bit also. But you know, we revolutionaries, we do things differently.
That's right.
So now I'm gonna add the Joumou. I'm just gonna add 2 quarts of it. Were you guys able to find the Joumou?
I know it's called different things, different stores you go to. Some is squash, some is pumpkin, some is calabash or something like that.
Right, calabash. And right now I'm adding the celery because we're gonna need that for the flavor. And also the turnip. Okay. Ooh, I forgot the APs. All right, so this Joumou is so vibrant. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I forgot the APs, but you can always put your APs. The APs should have gone with the oil and all the other ingredients when I was frying it, but I forgot. So I'm sorry. So I'm just gonna put it about 2 teaspoons in there.
I'm sorry, what is that you're adding?
That's the APs. That should have been, I think, on your list of ingredients. Did you put that? Yeah.
No, somehow I missed that one, but what is it? What is APs?
Oh, it's a mixture. I have a video on that on YouTube.
Okay.
It's a marinating paste that we Haitians use. So.
Okay.
Okay. And here I have some cloves and paprika, which I'm gonna add.
Whoa. That wasn't sort of.
And I'm gonna add some seasoning. I have some adobo and mixed with some bouillon cube. The bouillon cube is optional. I know a lot of people don't like to use that, but for this soup, we're gonna use some today. So now we're gonna need this to come to a boil. So.
And it looks good already.
Yes. I'm gonna cover it up. Once it boils, then in fact, I think we can add our meat at this point. This is the beef.
Okay.
And now we're gonna cover it up and
bring it to a boil?
Yeah.
All right,
And
cool.
then we're gonna add up all the other ingredients.
Okay.
As soon as it boils.
Okay. So usually on our show, this is where we would take a commercial break. But since we're live today, we're gonna wait. That's probably gonna take how long to boil? Like about 10 minutes or so. So does everyone know like the history behind the soup Joumou?
Very good idea.
Soup.
Wait.
Oh, wait.
I forgot my leeks.
Oh, the leeks.
Yeah, sorry. Actually, I'm not gonna put it in yet. I'm gonna wait until it boils.
Okay, so wait until your soup starts to boil, and then we'll add the leeks. All right. Are we going to send out the recipe? Yes, I sent out the ingredients, but we'll send out the recipe as well. Like the how-to, that's the part I didn't put in there.
Oh, okay.
I just put out the ingredient list.
Oh.
So yeah, so after we're done, I'll send a separate email that has the recipe and the video so that you guys could cook along with it. So, okay, so while my mom is cleaning up, because I'm sure that's what she's gonna be doing, I'll give you guys, hold up, let me get this right. I'll give you guys a quick, sorry, I got my mask on. That's probably why I sound a little shuffled. This is like to protect my mom also, because I'm here at her place, so I don't want to, spread any, germs that don't need to be shredded. So while we're waiting for the soup to boil, if anyone has any questions, let us know. What I'll do is I'll also give you a quick history on soup Joumou. So soup Joumou, there's two stories. I prefer one story over the other. But the story that I grew up learning about soup Joumou was that it was once a French delicacy that only the French slavers, like during colonial times in Haiti, you had the slavers and you had the enslaved African population. And the story goes, it was the French slavers who enjoyed soup Joumou, right? And none of the enslaved can have it, even though they prepared it for the slavers. But once we got independence, January 1st, 1804, one of the ways we celebrated was to have that soup Joumou because we couldn't have it before. So that's a sign of our independence. So now we're able to have soup Joumou. So that's one story. That's the story that I grew up kind of like learning about soup Joumou. But then once I started doing more research on our history, I met a woman, her name is Bayena Bello, right? She's a historian. She's been doing research for over 30 years on Haitian history. And she said that story, she doesn't believe any of it because she researched French cuisine and soup Joumou has never ever been in the menu of a French book. Like it's never been in a French cookbook, right? And she's gone to France, no one has even really heard of it. So when she did more research on the soup, she realized that it was one of our ancestors that created the recipe. In fact, this is a shirt that I have on today. For today is Haitian Mother's Day, so shout out to all the mothers, Haitian mothers out there. But this is a lot of the revolutionary women during the revolutionary era in IET in Haiti. And this woman right here, her name is Marie-Claire Rose Félicité Bonheur Dessalines. She's the wife of Jean-Jacques Dessalines, who is the first chief of state of independent Haiti. So she's actually the one that came up with the soup Joumou recipe. And the reason she came up with the recipe was she felt that true independence, nobody should feel hungry, right? So she created a plan where she had dozens and dozens of helpers, hundreds of helpers, and they all created soup Joumou to distribute across the population of Gonaïves, which is a city in Haiti. And I mean, they fed thousands and thousands and thousands of people, and it became a tradition so that every year, January 1st, 1804, you would celebrate our independence with the bowl of soup Joumou. And the recipe is actually very nutritious. Marie-Claire Rose, she made it without any meat. So the original recipe is actually a vegan recipe. But we like our meat. So, some people choose to throw some beef stew in there. Some people throw chicken in there. But the original recipe is actually a vegan recipe. And she distributed it to thousands and thousands of people all across Haiti. And it became a tradition. But we don't just drink the soup on Independence Day, January 1st, 1804. Usually it's a tradition where we drink it like mostly on Sundays, right? Every Sunday, you can find in a Haitian household some soup Joumou being cooked and shared. And we mentioned also that, we always make big pots. One of the main things, because of how the recipe was created to be shared. So whenever you make a big pot of soup, it's not just for your family. You always send a bowl of soup to a neighbor or to family members or something like that. Like, I think it's the tradition that says the soup should have legs, soup mâché, soup la mâché, so you can distribute it to all the people who are in need or whatever, right? It's meant to be shared with a lot of people. So that's just a little history lesson on soup Joumou. And that's her right there, Marie-Claire Rose. And whoever can name all these women on my shirt, I'll give you guys a special prize. You guys could get a free bowl of soup.
Wow. All right, so are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. So I think this has come to a boil.
All right.
This is what it looks like right now. It was just boiling.
I just cleaned it.
I think I'm too anxious.
That's all good. Well, it was just boiling, and then we turned it 2 times, and it stopped boiling.
Wait, but that's okay.
Okay.
So I'm gonna start. It's hot enough, so I'm gonna start adding our leeks. Okay. There we go. And I'm also going to add some cabbage. I'm not sure we need all the cabbage. A little more. Okay. And now it has to boil a little bit. Okay, we don't think all the ingredients are in there. After
Awesome.
that, we're gonna, once the cabbage is cooked a little bit, we're gonna add the noodles, the rigatoni noodles, and then the rest of the ingredients, minus the carrots and the
What's that, butter?
butter. Yeah. Let me cover it.
Yeah, if you are making a vegan version of this,
Right.
don't add the butter.
Don't add the butter and don't add
The meat. That's right. That's right.
So,
All right, cool. So this recipe is going to be in your cookbook.
yes, which is in editing and publishing. So,
Yeah, so guys, look out for the Bon Manger cookbook that's coming very, very soon. And we're going to have a whole lot of recipes.
God willing.
Yes, indeed.
Because that's, that's a dream of mine before I leave this earth, to leave you guys with a, Haitian cooking book
Yeah,
for you
absolutely.
and your children and your children's children.
Yes, indeed. And I got I got all the recipes emailed to me. And me and my wife can't wait to start cooking some of those recipes. So definitely excited about the cookbook coming up.
Yeah.
And also, we've been doing meal prep for the past, I don't know, like we've been doing that for like a year now.
Oh my God. Yeah.
And also we've been baking patties, Haitian patties.
Yeah.
This past weekend, I don't know how many dozens of patties we made, but it was a lot. I owe my mom a massage later.
Yeah.
But we are looking into shipping the patties now. So if you're out of the city, if you're not in the Maryland area, and you want to have some of these patties, soon we're going to be able to ship patties all around the country. So look out for that. So a lot of things are happening with Bon Manger. So thank you guys for joining us for this virtual cooking class. We're trying to do, a lot of different things. We like staying busy. So absolutely. And we like sharing, we like teaching, and all that stuff. So that's why we do stuff like this. Indeed. And don't forget to follow our YouTube channel, Bon Manger with.
Give us a like.
Yes. Subscribe, give us a like. We have a bunch of other recipes down there. So for sure. All righty.
Okay.
So.
Wow, it looks like I have nothing to do. That's what it seems like. That's what happens when you prepare. Whenever you're ready to cook, the best advice I can give you is do your mise en place, because that's what's gonna take the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
So if you know that you're gonna need cabbage, you're gonna need carrots and potatoes and malanga and stuff like that, you know, especially if you're making soup early Sunday morning, all that stuff, minus the potato, which might get brown a little bit, but you can always let it soak in water. But everything else, you can do ahead of time.
So there's usually two types of soup that we make. We make, well, we have a lot of different soups that we make, but the two that I know of that we make frequently is soup Joumou and bouillon.
Well, bouillon is bouillon. Bouillon is not soup. I know Americans call it soup.
So what's the difference? Bouillon and soup?
Bouillon. It's bouillon.
Okay.
Soup has joumou and celery and almost the same ingredients, but there are some differences.
Right.
Bouillon, when you make bouillon, you put dumbre and
Boniato and stuff like that.
anything, green plantains and boniato, whatever you want in it. But this is a little different because it has different ingredients.
Right.
I mean, some of the ingredients are different.
Yeah, because we did a show on bouillon before, and it's very hearty. It's a lot of different things in there, and whenever we make it, we sell a lot of it.
All right, it's boiling.
Someone asked what part of Haiti you're from.
Well, I was born in Carrefour. I don't know if you know where that is. And but by the time I was 7 or 8 years old, my mom, after Hurricane Flora, I don't know if anybody remembers that. It was a huge hurricane and a house split in half. So all of us were distributed. It was 8 of us. So all of us went to family members, and most of them lived in Port-au-Prince. So by the time my mom get her things together, get a house and stuff like that, that's when we moved to Port-au-Prince.
We're in Port-au-Prince.
We lived in Delma, you know Delma, and we lived in Pétionville. I mean, we kind of, you know, things were not good, so we kind of moved around a little bit. So, you know, it was a tough time, but you know, God made a way.
Yes, indeed. In fact, it was your mom where you learned to cook.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. I tell you guys, that lady was uneducated, but her cooking skills.
As far as formal education.
As far as formal education, but she was very smart.
Absolutely.
So during the holiday season, she would, people would bring her like tons of turkeys. That's what I remember her making the most. And what they wanted her to do was to debone the turkeys and make them boneless. So mind you, we didn't even have a refrigerator. So she had to really quickly, you know, debone those turkeys, marinate them, and cook them, and then she would everybody would pick up their turkeys on that same day, every day that she worked. However, the amount of turkeys people just.
I was about to say, like, how many turkeys? Because when you debone that turkey that one time,
I know it took.
it took like at least almost 2 hours.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but by the time you take all the bones out and then the stuffing and then sewing it back up. All right, let's get back to cooking.
Yes.
So my bouillon looks looking good.
The Joumou.
The Joumou, thank you. That's why I have you.
I got you thinking about bouillon.
So at this point, I'm gonna taste it. That's why I have these spoons here. I know it's gonna need maybe some salt. Oh, wow. It's already good, but of course, I have to add a little salt. I like to make sure that this is about a teaspoon. I like to make sure the taste and everything is there before I add my potatoes and the rest of the ingredients, because those things, they don't take a long time to cook. 10 minutes, they're ready. But this one takes about 20. So I'm gonna add it in. The rigatoni or noodles. It looks like I could add a little more. Hold on.
Yeah, man, this thing smells so good. Ooh.
Rigatoni.
Let's see, how's everybody doing over there? How's it going, Marilyn? How are we looking?
Sorry, the only thing I didn't have is turmeric, so I know that adds a lot of taste, and the aspie, which I did. So I did. I'll look and see what's in it, and then I'll add that stuff in. But everything's all
but
ready to go.
Okay. That's okay. The turmeric, I mean, you can taste its presence in your dish.
No, I use it all the time. I just with being the lockdown, I didn't go down and get it. So.
Oh, okay, I understand.
And I understand you can use pumpkin in this soup too.
Which one? We can use what?
Well, I looked to see what this soup was all about. You can use pumpkin in it?
Oh, yes. We use the calabaza pumpkin in this one. But you can also use butternut squash.
Yes. I didn't have those. I had a zucchini, so we're making do. But it smells absolutely wonderful. Thank you.
Oh, good. No problem. I'm glad.
I think I put too much herb de Provence because it tastes a lot like herb de Provence.
Oh my God! Yes, because the herb de Provence is very strong. It has the lavender in it that makes it strong. So I'm gonna give this one more taste. Oh
no, I got it.
It's really, really good.
Which kind of pumpkin did you use, Natalie? Which squash you use?
I used the squash. Let me show you this one.
She's that one. That's the butternut.
Oh yeah, that's the butternut squash. That's fine. I love butternut squash.
But it doesn't really taste like Joumou.
It doesn't?
No, maybe I didn't add enough.
Oh. I don't know, maybe.
Yeah.
But it's a different taste. But you know, we're so accustomed to the calabaza pumpkin.
Yeah. I'm gonna add more. Yeah.
So, definitely tastes a little different. But I've used it in the past.
Okay.
And I don't know. It tasted good.
Oh, this looks good. So how about like the consistency? Where does that come from? Because sometimes soup Joumou is like, it's not all the way liquidy.
Well, it's supposed to be this consistency, really.
Yeah.
But if you leave it overnight, it's gonna get thick, like because you know with the noodles in there and stuff like that. But once you warm it up, or when you're warming it up, you can add, if you feel, you can add a little.
You want to taste it? Come and taste it.
Or water in it to make it more liquid. So this is looking good so far. How is your bouillon doing? I think maybe the last 10 minutes I might break one of these.
Hey, Rashida. I see Rashida over there in the kitchen cooking.
How's it going, Rashida?
You're on mute. We can't hear you.
Does she have any questions? Anybody has any questions?
I think
Did you add the
Rashida is
green
on mute.
onions already?
Did you add green onions?
Oh, no. The green onions are the last thing you're going to add. It's just for garnish.
Okay. But everything else is in, right?
No, we still have the potatoes and the malanga and the carrots and the butter. The only reason is I'm giving this 10 minutes for the noodles to cook. Once the noodles are cooked, then we're gonna add the rest.
Okay.
Oh, we add the noodles already?
What's that?
Did we add the noodles already?
Yes.
Yes. Oh.
Yes. Okay. All right. So.
Anybody has questions?
Any more questions?
Is it pretty straightforward?
I think so. Tia. Okay, what's up, Tia?
Yeah. Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm vegan. So when I go to make this, you guys said don't use butter, but there is vegan butter. So could I still use the butter or don't you?
Vegan butter.
Okay.
You can even use vegan meat.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay,
There's
great.
Vegan meat, there's vegan chickens. You can use
Right.
those.
Great. Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure I could still be able to use the vegan butter for it.
Oh,
So
yeah,
now it's even better. I can use the vegan meat. So that's good.
Right, exactly.
Thank
All right,
you.
Deborah. Deborah, do you have a question?
Yes, would this freeze well?
Say that one more time.
Would it freeze well?
Oh, would it freeze well?
Oh, absolutely, yes. You just
Thank
have
you.
to leave it out to come to room temperature when you're like, if you're going to work and you have it in the freezer, just leave it on top of your, but if you're taking it out the night before, just leave it in the refrigerator.
Hey, Auntie, I see Auntie Fo.
Thank you.
Auntie Papa!
Hey, can I have some soup? Can you ship some to Florida?
You don't know how many people are waiting for the soup, girl.
It looks so good.
Thank you.
Yeah, the color looks really cool. Does the turmeric add to the color also?
The turmeric add to the color. And I didn't put a lot, but the Joumou was like.
Yeah, we had some really good Joumou.
Oh my God.
In fact, did you use all of it?
No, I still have some of the.
I mean, did you puree all of it?
But I have. I pureed some of it, but I have some that are still uncooked.
Right. Okay, can we see one of those to see the ones that you use?
Yeah, absolutely. I have a basket here.
Yeah, we still have meal prep to do.
I have people picking up food tomorrow. So there it is.
Yeah, that's the one that we use.
This was so good. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's very, very fresh.
Oh, and also, I don't know who said that they were vegan. We're adding vegan meal to our menu. Meal prep menu.
Oh, I did, Tia. Oh, you adding vegan meal preps? That's amazing. So it's really hard to find a lot of vegan recipes.
Exactly.
So
Where I work, there's a whole section for vegan.
Oh,
So
bless you.
Where do you
can
find
add
the
potatoes.
The shallot?
Yeah, where do you find that? I usually find it hard to find it.
Oh, I found that at Wegmans, but they have it at Giant. Even Shoppers have it. I don't know where you from.
I live in Bowie.
Oh, you can go to I found the shallot at the Giant on 301.
Okay, like it's hit or miss. Sometimes they have it, sometimes they don't.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, they sell out of it a lot.
So we added the potatoes, and now we're adding the malanga. And we're gonna let that go for another 10 minutes.
Now there's two different types of malanga, because you guys know that I do the shopping. Well, most of the shopping. So when I go to buy the malanga, there's two different kinds. There's white and there's red. So
Right.
is there a difference?
For the soup, it doesn't matter. But for like, if you're making akra, it's better for some reason, according to my sister Fofo, that it's better for akra, the red one.
Oh, okay.
So this is where we are.
Someone asked, what is malanga?
Malanga is a root vegetable, just like potatoes. And it's very delicious. If you haven't had that, oh my God.
It's kind of hard to find sometimes.
Right, where do you get that?
Yeah, there's an international market in Landover area, Bladensburg area, where I get mine. It's called Foodway. And they have like a lot of stuff that the big grocery stores don't have. So I get my malanga there, my bonyato, like all different types of stuff from there that you can't find in the regular grocery stores.
So we're gonna add a little bit of lemon, fresh lemon juice in there. I think that's enough.
So you're just adding a little bit of fresh lemon juice. That was about how much? Like a teaspoon?
Like a teaspoon, a tablespoon maybe.
Between a teaspoon and tablespoon. Oh, that looks good.
That's a lot of amazing flavors.
Yes.
So if you were to describe this soup, because I'm just wondering if my soup is very authentic, because I don't have the squash and some of the other ingredients, what would be the predominant taste in this soup?
You didn't put squash in it? Is that what you said?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I have zucchini
more
in
like
it.
a bouillon.
I have zucchini in it as opposed to butternut squash or the pumpkin. And then I don't have some of the spices like the turmeric. So what jumps out when you say, if you were to be taste testing this, what is the authentic taste in it? Like what is it? Is it the heat?
With this, like this one, the way you made it. What's the dominant taste?
Oh, the dominant taste is the Joumou, the pumpkin that we use. So yours would taste totally different. It's more like zucchini, but
minestrone.
Right.
Minestrone, you said?
Minestrone. Yeah, have the celery in there and the potato. Yeah, you could say that.
Yeah. Well, I'm anxious to get these other products and make it more authentic, though. So.
Awesome.
Yeah, this is smelling real good. It looks like it's almost ready to eat.
Yeah, it's actually ready right now, but you have to wait for the vegetables to cook.
Yeah. So why don't you show us some dance moves since we have the music going? Go on, I'll dance with
I
you.
have a crazy song. My face is not in the camera. You're so crazy.
I have a question.
Yes.
So when the potatoes become more done, will it thicken the soup or will it still stay?
It will thicken it a little bit. I'm looking at my soup right now, and it's getting a little thicker.
Yeah, it's definitely getting thicker.
Yeah.
I definitely
don't
like it thick. So it's possible that I may add a little more stock or water in here. I don't think I have any more stock.
Because it's gonna get thick as it cools down anyway, so you don't want it too thick while it's cooking.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, I think I might want to add some more.
Now, do you pair the soup with anything like Is it over a bed of rice? Or, I mean, do you pair it with anything?
Actually, no. We eat it with some garlic bread,
Oh.
with butter.
Mm.
We mostly use it with bread.
Okay.
Eat it with bread. I'm gonna add a little more water for the consistency.
Mm.
And if yours is getting a little too thick, you can add more stock or water. So at this point, the noodle is cooked. We're just gonna wait for the vegetables to cook, and they still haven't cooked yet. So what I'm gonna do is cover it up a little bit, let it boil, and that's it.
Well, we still have the carrots.
We still have the carrots, and in fact, I want to cut some
Okay, now.
scallions
Okay.
for the.
Now, when you freeze it, if you choose to freeze it, how long is it good for in the freezer? Like 30 days, 2 weeks? How long?
I would say 2 weeks. 2 weeks, because in the refrigerator it's good for 7 days.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Does it matter if is there a difference if you freeze it with meat or without meat? There's no difference. Okay.
These are already washed, so
I don't know where when the
everything
butter
that
doesn't.
comes to the house this stage is
Don't.
washed.
It's the music. I don't know if you guys can see it.
Doing my nephew.
So how's everybody's soup tasting?
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna add a little bit more Joumou to mine because mine doesn't taste like Joumou.
Oh, come on.
Do what you gotta do.
So you couldn't find the regular Joumou, is that it?
I don't know what the regular Joumou is. The only thing I know is the butternut squash because that's what I cook normally. I usually roast it and eat it with as a side.
Oh yeah, I love the butternut squash, but I don't know.
I notice when you chop your vegetables or whatever, you chop on a bias. Like you don't just chop it like.
Right. I mean, if you can make it look pretty like that, why do it straight?
That's true.
Your mother
like
uses her hand like she's a right-handed person. She really chops.
What'd you say?
I didn't hear. What'd you say?
Your mother uses her hand like a right-handed person. You would never think of her as a left-handed person when she's chopping.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
Really, really nicely.
Said I'm left-handed.
He said you dice like you're saying that she dices like a right-handed person?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It's so weird because I do everything with my left hand except for writing. I think they used to beat me up at school, at the non-school in Haiti. I cut, I throw balls, everything with my left hand, but I write with my right hand, which is crazy when you think about it.
Can you write with your left hand?
I can try, but it's not as pretty as my left.
Oh, okay. All right.
So, put this on.
All right. Very good. So what's the best kind of wine to drink, to have with
I
soup,
don't
Joumou?
know. You figure that out.
Do we have any wine aficionados to match some wine with our soup?
Well, since Joumou is a little sweet, maybe we should do a Pinot.
Pinot, I like it.
Pinot Noir.
Pinot Noir, yes.
Okay, so let's take a look.
Ooh, this Joumou is jumping.
Sorry. So I'm gonna break one of these now so we can have a little heat. Are the kids gonna eat it?
It's fine. They'll be okay.
Yeah? Can I break both?
No?
Oh, now we're talking.
Yeah, that looks perfect.
Okay, so I'm gonna add my carrots. That's gonna cook for about 5 minutes. And I'm gonna give it one more taste. Oh my God, looks good. Ooh, this is really, really good. I didn't expect it to, to be so.
She always says that. But everything, she always says, oh, I don't know how this is gonna turn out good. And it always turns out amazing. So she's a very humble chef.
Oh God.
She always amazes herself.
Yeah, let me.
But yeah, it smells good. The color is nice and rich. And I can't wait to have my bowl. So.
And all of our ingredients are gonna be, as we want it. We don't want it overcooked or undercooked. So what I can do is I can try to break this to see if it's ready. Well, this one is ready. I can try another one.
Yeah, that one looks good. I could just look at it and say, tell it's ready.
It has a little resistance, but I'm just gonna leave it for a couple more.
Awesome.
Go.
Very good, very good. So I'm always the most popular person when I bring home some of my mom's food. The wife is happy, the kids are happy. They're all looking in the bag, like, what did you, when they know I come home from Nana's house. So I'm gonna be popular at home when I bring home some soup.
Yep. So I think I'm gonna go ahead.
Oh, that
and
looks
add
good,
the
Rashida.
butter.
That's Rashida.
Woohoo! Rashida, good job. Wow. I'm gonna add my butter now. About 2 tablespoons of butter.
Oh, no, I just put it in. Okay.
When you do all of your prep, like chop your vegetables and this and the other, it really doesn't take that long to make.
No, once the prepping is what takes the time. But once you have to bring it all together, and if you watch some other shows, people always have all their prep
Yeah.
ready.
It's funny, when we first started doing our Bon Manger show, I wanted to film her doing everything.
Oh, you have a mask on. Can you taste this?
Yeah, I'll taste it through my mask. Just throw it on my mask and I'll
I
taste
think
it.
it might be needs a little more salt, but it depends on the person.
That's perfect. It doesn't need anything.
It depends, we don't use too much salt, but here we go.
There's so many other flavors in there that
Right,
you don't
that you
even.
don't need the sauce. The herb de Provence, that's like one of my favorites because it has pretty much all the ingredients that you need in there.
Yes, indeed. All right, looking good, looking good.
Okay.
I see Auntie Fofo is over there.
She's making soups?
No, she's on her computer, it looks like.
I'm not making soup. I will be though. I'll use your recipe.
Did I send it to you yet?
Well, I'm gonna find it on YouTube.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Rashida is busy.
All right.
I see Rashida. Rashida is going all over the kitchen. Like, let me get this. Let me get that. Huh? Yeah, that's good. That's good for now. How's it going, Marilyn?
Well, I tasted it, the lemon, you can't miss not putting lemon in. It really does something wonderful to the soup.
Yes, the lemon juice added a nice little touch to the soup.
Yes, it just brings out all the flavors. So,
Yes,
but my
indeed.
soup, I think, is done. So, I don't know, can you see?
Yeah, mine
You wanna-
too. I think I'm about to turn this off.
Now let's take a look. Let me turn my spotlight off real quick so we can see everybody else's soup. Let's see, how do I do that? Okay.
I think mine has to go.
All right, let's
Yeah,
see.
it has to go a little longer, maybe 5 more minutes. So I'm gonna cover it up.
Okay, hold on one sec. Yeah, go ahead. You can come in. All right, Marilyn, we got the camera on you. Let's see what Marilyn's soup looks like. Oh, Marilyn's soup looks pretty good.
Let me see.
Yeah, it doesn't have the color that yours does because I didn't have the turmeric.
That looks really good.
So I didn't put the noodles in because I will add that when the soup is hot because I pre-cooked them.
Okay. You pre-cooked the noodles?
Yeah, so they're ready to go.
Oh, you know what? That's a very good idea. This way you get rid of the starchy water.
Well, the thing is, my son's married to a Korean, so hot pots, if you put the noodles in, they get all soggy. So the next, they're just better added as you go along. So.
Oh, okay. You just have to know when to put them in, so that it needs about 8 to 10 minutes to cook.
Yeah, they're already cooked. They're all in olive oil, so they're ready to go in.
All right, Rashida.
Good.
All right, Rashida, let's take a look at the soup. Let's see what you got so far.
How's it going, Sheeta?
Hold on, we can't hear.
Oh.
Hold on.
Hold on, let me turn my camera around.
Yes, yes.
All right.
What'd you say?
I had to turn my camera around.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
It's nice to see you.
Hold on.
I like that. She's cooking barefoot. I like that.
Okay.
Oh, sweet.
Here's my soup.
Very nice.
Okay. Very
nice.
nice.
Nice, Sheeta.
That looks,
Yeah, let me see. This is my first time.
That looks good.
But I added bun. I added bun because I wanted bun in mine.
You put bun in soup?
Yeah.
She made a bouillon.
You made a bouillon, but it looks like a soup.
I wanted bouillon in the. I like bouillon. I mean, I like bun and bouillon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I do too.
Very good. Good job, Rashida.
Anybody else?
Thank you, chef.
All right.
You're
welcome. Who else made?
I'm trying to hear what's going on, but my dog Pickles won't stop barking.
I'm still trying to work these cameras. Oh,
Natalie made hers. Do you want to? Hello.
Yes. Hey, Natalie.
Hi. Do you want to see mine?
Yes.
Has butternut squash.
Hold on. I put the camera on you.
Potatoes, carrots, meat, cabbage.
All right. Here's Natalie.
Get drinks on January 1st.
Natalie. That looks good, Natalie.
Okay. You got a good. It's jumping a little bit. Let me see. Okay. Yeah. Good.
Wow. Very nice, guys. Make sure you taste it to your liking. See how much sauce that you like.
So wait, you used the butternut squash, right?
Yes, I did, and I used turkey neck for the meat.
Oh, listen to her. Yeah, good girl.
Because you still got that color too. You got good color in it.
Yeah. It just doesn't taste a lot like like
a
squash. So I'm making a little bit so I can add it to it.
Right.
I'm
but
boiling
it gives
more
you
so I
the
can add
color.
it.
It gives you the color, right?
Yes, it does give the color, but not so much of the flavoring. So I'm
Right.
gonna add a little bit more.
Okay, sounds good.
Very good. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm sure hubby is going to be happy with that.
When he gets
All right, let's see who else made. Da, da, da. Next time, maybe we'll do some live pate.
Oh yeah.
We'll do some Haitian patties.
I love pate.
All right, I think we're good to go, guys.
Who said they love pate? We did this earlier today.
Wow.
And these are dangerous, okay? Like you gotta keep these away from me because I will
They
eat
are
like.
so dangerous. Did you make the dough?
What's that?
Did she actually make the dough, or she used a
Yeah,
pre-made?
no, she makes
yeah,
everything from
Ah.
scratch.
Okay.
You can buy the dough already made.
Yeah, I think we've done one where we've bought the dough already made. It's good, but it's not the same.
I'm taking out my.
All the time.
So I turned it off.
This one.
It's turned off and it's all ready to go.
Awesome.
Because we don't want our carrot to taste smooshy. We want it al dente. Okay. I was looking for this. It's nothing worse when you serve your soup and somebody end up with a thyme or parsley, bay leaf in their mouth. I mean, they give your food a real good taste. The parsley is edible, but not the bay leaf and those branches, those sprigs of thyme. So, alrighty.
That looks good.
Ready?
Yes. Is that mine?
Yep. Let me grab some meat. Oh, you see what I mean? Where's the meat? It's hiding. There we go.
Nice.
Here you go.
Very good. Very good. All right, everybody.
Thank you so much. That looks amazing.
Thank you so much. I'm gonna
Thank
enjoy
you.
my
Yes,
meal.
All right,
yes.
thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Oh, it
Yes,
looks
indeed.
good.
So
You're
thank
welcome.
you.
Enjoy. Until next time, thank you for.
Thank you, sis. It looks amazing.
Looks
Thank you.
amazing.
Don't
Thank
forget
you.
to like us on
Thank you.
YouTube.
And
Right.
follow us on Instagram,
I follow
YouTube,
you
all
on
that stuff.
Instagram. Is your mother on Instagram? I do follow you. Is your mother on Instagram?
Yeah, she is. Bon manger. There it is right there.
Yeah.
Bon manger.
Ah,
Okay. Okay.
bon manger.
All
Bon
right,
manger.
everybody. So before my soup gets cold, I'm going to turn this off. So
All right.
Okay.
thank
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 you.
you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Love you.
All right, guys. Take it easy. Have a great rest of the weekend.
Happy Mother's
Y'all
Day.
too.
Happy Mother's
Happy
Day.
Mother's Day.
All right, later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.